Hi guys, my name's Alex and I'm one of the organisers for Kingscon. Kingscon is a Dungeons & Dragons event which is sanctioned by Wizards of the Coast, so we get support by them, and over a weekend we will play a bunch of different Dungeons & Dragons games of all different levels and all different sort of skill levels. So we cater for everyone from brand new people to Dungeons & Dragons, and we've had a lot of those people for this weekend, to very, very experienced people who've been playing it for far too long. I'd encourage anyone who is interested in Dungeons & Dragons to try and get down to a local store or find a group of friends to just give it a go and see if you can learn the rules and have a game with it. And from there, if you want to branch off into Adventure League and do more organised play and be able to come along to events such as these, bring your character who's already earned experience and renown from the adventures that you've done at home, you can bring them in and play them in games we've got going here. Probably like to say a little bit of an extra thing if you are an out-of-towner. I found I got into Adventure League when I was living in Auckland. I'd played Dungeons & Dragons for a very long time, but only started playing Dungeons & Dragons Adventure League in Auckland because the gaming stores here were playing Adventure League, so it was really good, real easy for me to do. When I returned back to Whangarei, my hometown, there was no Adventure League games being played there. And so I started off by firstly getting one group of my friends together, and we just played Adventure League games there, and now we're up to having 4 tables of Adventure League in Whangarei, so it's quite easy. All you need to do is just get a group of friends together, start playing. Adventure League makes it a little bit easier if you're unsure about rules, because it lays out the rules for you, and you don't have to make up your own adventures because there's already written adventures there. But you can also enjoy doing like home games. If you want to do something a bit wild, a bit stranger, you can do your own home games if you feel more inclined. These sanctioned events that we're doing, like Kingscon, at the moment the group New Zealand Role Playing Games, which I'm part of, we do 2 every year. So we've got currently Kingscon once a year, which is held in Auckland, which is about midway through the year, and we've got also DreamCon, which is held in Tauranga, and that's held at sort of the start of the year. So there's 2 opportunities at the moment to come along to one of these conventions. Probably the biggest highlight of a convention such as these is being able to play in epics, as there's something that you can't do at home, and those are multi-table adventures. So we're about to start an 8-table epic, so there'll be 8 separate tables, and they're all playing together to achieve one goal. So they'll be taking part in a very big pitched battle, and they'll either all succeed or all fail. So those sort of things, you're coming out of your shell of just playing in just one small little party, and now you're in part of a much bigger adventure, a much bigger part playing in these sort of epics. They actually play a big role into changing the Forgotten Realms lore and universe. So they, depending on how they succeed, they actually add to the storyline of what's going on. My experience when I first started, before 5th edition, back in 3rd edition, I used to just write my own home games and kind of just play it by the fly, and that worked sort of okay. That was really good. People enjoyed them. And with 5th edition of Adventure League, running their seasonal adventures is really fun, because the whole story sort of ties in together, which is really nice. And once you've finished one season, there'll be a new season that comes out, and so your character doesn't become obsolete. You don't start a new character. You can do if you want to, and there's low-level games again to play, but you can continue your character through the seasons and see them really progress. If you were new to Dungeons & Dragons and you're thinking about dungeon mastering, I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's not really as hard as you may initially think. It might be one of you and 4 or 5 of your friends, and so you might think it's easier being a player, but as a dungeon master, you've got all the stat blocks there, all the monster stat blocks, and if you pick up a nice intro adventure, such as like the Lost Mines of Fandawa found in the starter kit, you'll actually find dungeon mastering is quite easy and really enjoyable, because you have to sort of play that fine line of making it challenging for your party, and rather than having it just too overpowered and you just completely destroy your party, or making it too easy for your party. So there's a bit of challenge for yourself there, and there's a lot of fun creating obstacles or making your party do things that maybe they didn't initially want to do, so you can sort of play with your party quite a bit there, and not just have to rely on just brute strength or killing them, but then it's also quite fun every now and then throwing a really strong, challenging monster at them. So if you were thinking about dungeon mastering, I'd certainly encourage anyone to give it a go, give it a try. We'll see you guys at the next con, DreamCon, which will be early 2018. Look forward to it.